I've made breakfast 8 times. This is since coming home on Thursday. I've done about 17 diaper changes. And
the thing about this that I don't think he's fully considered is that it kind of cheapens everything that he's done when you were actually secretly keeping tabs on all of it.
a wife who's been a superstar. We did a C-section. She did C-section. I didn't do shit. But she's been having some issues with the nerve and stuff like that. So it's hard for her to be a little mobilized. So your boy's been, listen, I've realized this about myself. I'm a machine. I'm a machine, dude.
Okay.
I've been keeping some stats. Like, matter of fact, I got some numbers right here. I've heated up lunch 4 times. I've heated up dinner 8 times. I've made dinner twice. I've made lunch twice. I've made breakfast 8 times. This is since coming home on Thursday. I just want the people to know. Still got 3 workouts in. Got about 3 miles in yesterday. Diaper changes. I've done about 17 diaper changes. I've been able to take about 7 personal shits. Coffee consumed 51 cups. And then a stat that I just kind of made up. I think a lot of guys out there understand this. But the stat is called, can you get me this? 87 times. So
in 5 days.
Yeah, in 5 days. And
A quick, hey, do you mind stat?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
honey, do you mind?
Can you give me this?
Yeah.
Got you, sweetheart.
Got
you.
I don't know what to say about that, because those are the things that women do on a regular basis that this man is keeping track of. Is keeping numbers for his wife that had a C-section, betting their child, betting his child, betting his legacy. Anyway, I don't want to even get myself pissed up about this because I have so much to say and I know you have a lot. So go down and share your thoughts. This video has gotten people talking. People have a couple of things to say, which we're going to get into. Let's get your people's reaction. But I want to know what you think, because how can your wife have a C-section and you did the things you did for just 5 days, you're keeping record of? Hold your thought.
A wife who's been a superstar. We did a C-section. She did C-section. She's been having some issues with the nerve and stuff like that. Listen, I've realized this about myself. I'm a machine. I've been keeping some stats. Like, I've heated up lunch 4 times. I've heated up dinner 8 times. I've made dinner twice. I've made lunch twice. I've made breakfast 8 times. This is since coming home on Thursday. I've done about 17 diaper changes. And then a stat that I just kind of made up. I think a lot of guys out there understand this. But the stat is called, can you get me this? 87 times.
The thing about this that I don't think he's fully considered is that it kind of cheapens everything that he's done when you were actually secretly keeping tabs on all of it. Like, you were padding your stats. You knew you were going to present this to somebody. You wanted to be able to say 17 times in the bottle changes and 8 times I made dinner. So where's her list? Because I know her list has to be even longer than this. You're in a true partnership. It's not always about 50-50. And I'm not even talking about money. It's not half the effort from each of you. It's 100%, 100%. And sometimes the other person doesn't even have anything to give. So you have to step up. And that was this time. Are you not getting enough attention? Everybody's calling and asking, how's she doing? And how's the baby? And no one's asking about you. So you felt the need to center yourself in this moment and say, yeah. But you to talk about me because I've done these things. Sir.
I think a lot of guys out there understand this. But the stat is called, can you give me this? 87 times. So just in 5.
You know what this is? Bullshit. If your wife, who just gave birth, who just had surgery, asks you to pick up some slack, the last thing you should be doing is keeping stat of all the things you had to do. What, are you using that for like future arguments? Or, hey, look at all the things I did for you. That's some bullshit men mentality. As a wife, I do not keep track of all the diaper changes I've done, all the toilets I've scrubbed, all the throw up I've cleaned up. And I certainly don't hold that over my husband's head. I don't even brag about it. That is so disingenuous to your marriage and to who she is as a woman. It's ick, it's gross, it's disgusting, it's foul. And you wonder why women are choosing the bear. Because why do they want to be stuck with someone that's holding what they had to do for someone who's incapacitated over their head? This is your political mom. Educational purposes only, viewers discretion advised.
My wife who's been a superstar. We did a C-section. She did C-section. I didn't do shit. But she's been having some issues with the nerve and stuff like that. So it's hard for her to be a little mobilized. So your boy's been, listen, I've realized this about myself. I'm a machine. I'm a machine. Dude. Okay. I've been keeping some stats. Like, matter of fact, I got some numbers right here. I've heated up lunch 4 times. I've heated up dinner 8 times. I've made dinner twice. I've made lunch twice. I've made breakfast 8 times. This is since coming home on Thursday. I just want the people to know. Still got 3 workouts in. Got about 3 miles in yesterday. Diaper changes, I've done about 17 diaper changes.
So that's enough of that. I want to make 3 quick points. So the machine here will later say that they have been home from the hospital for 5 days, during which time he has changed 17 diapers. My wife and I have also kept stats on our baby, and during the first 5 days that she was home, she actually averaged 8 diaper changes a day, a total of 40. These 17 diaper changes that he has done while his wife recovers from a surgery where they had to cut through 7 layers of tissue is in all likelihood fewer than half. That's right, she is recovering from major traumatic surgery, and he still hasn't even done half of the diaper changes. Number 2, while there is nothing necessarily wrong about keeping stats, I just told you that my wife and I keep stats on an app. Strictly keeping your own stats, that's a red flag. I've only ever lived with one person who has kept stats like this. It was my younger brother, and he would do it with chores and food to argue that I was either doing less than my fair share or taking more than my fair share. Oh yes, also, we were children. There is a 99% chance that he is keeping this information in order to weaponize it later. Exactly. Which brings us to point number 3. He makes it pretty clear that he's only doing this because she can't. If she weren't recovering from major surgery, she would be the default parent. And when she does recover, the machine will be no more. Please stop bragging publicly about being an equal parent because you have been forced to become one. You don't deserve a participation trophy because you did the bare minimum.
My wife has been a superstar. We did a C-section. She did a C-section. I didn't do shit. But she's been having some issues with the nerve and stuff like that. So it's hard for her to be a little mobilized. So your boy's been, listen, I've realized this about myself. I'm a machine. I'm a machine, dude. Okay. I've been keeping some stats. Like, the matter of fact, I got some numbers right here. I've heated up lunch 4 times. I've heated up dinner 8 times. I've made dinner twice. I've made lunch twice. I've made breakfast 8 times. This is since coming home on Thursday. I just want the people to know. Still got 3 workouts in. Got about 3 miles in yesterday. Diaper changes. I've done about 17 diaper changes. I've been able to take about 7 personal shits. Coffee consumed 51 cups. And then a stat that I just kind of made up. I think a lot of guys out there understand this. But the stat is called, can you get me this? 87 times.
Men love to take so much credit for doing the least amount of work. It's so interesting that this man is calling himself a machine when he's changed a few diapers and heated up a few meals, which is so interesting to me because he just told us his partner went through a C-section. So she had an abdominal surgery to bring his baby into the world, an abdominal surgery where she was awake after carrying a baby for 10 months and going to countless doctor's appointments, putting her body through so much, risking her own life. But he's a machine because he's heated up a few lunches and got her a few things when she asked nicely. But let's talk about the numbers because, hey, why not? He listed them, okay? 17 diapers. 17 diapers in 5 days. On average, a newborn's going through 6 to 8 diapers a day until, let's say, 40 to be safe. 40 diapers. He's done 17 of those diapers, meaning he's done less than 50% of the diapers since coming home. Mind you, his wife has had an abdominal surgery, but she's doing the bulk of the diaper changes. The meals are adding up here. He has heated up lunch 4 times. He has heated up dinner 8 times. And when he says heated up, I have to imagine they ordered food delivery and or people provided them food like a meal train. And so typically women do that. And so all he had to do was press a few buttons, and that is so taxing. Truly, we cannot discount the amount of work he's done there, but 8 dinners. I don't know why 8 dinners in 5 days, but 8 dinners. Apparently, he had to get his wife a lot of things. You know, she's asked, can you get this for me 87 times, apparently, which seems pretty reasonable for somebody who just went through a major surgery and is having troubles and complications from that surgery. But regardless, now some things he did not bring up, interestingly enough, feeding the baby. Feeding the baby. I'm going to assume his partner is breastfeeding, but maybe she's doing formula. Regardless, typically when you're breastfeeding a newborn, that can be 8 to 12 times a day, depending if they're cluster feeding, whatever that looks like. And so each session, 10 to 45 minutes, again, who knows? So let's just say on average, 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day, breastfeeding or feeding that baby. He didn't bring up sleep. He didn't bring up how many hours of sleep he's getting. I think that'd be an interesting number because chances are he's sleeping a lot more than his partner is. So he's operating on maybe 7 to 8 hours of sleep and she's operating on what? Typically with a newborn, you're getting hopefully 1 to 2 hour stretches, maybe 5 hours a night. If you're lucky, I would have loved to hear about the sleep. Now, here's the thing. I do not want to discount the work that men do when they are dads, when they come home from the hospital. It's incredibly important to have a supportive partner, to have a partner who does the overnight feedings with you, who does the diapers, who can prepare meals, who can take care of you. What I have a problem with is shouting from the rooftop that you're a machine for participating in taking care of your child, a child that you did not have to make, essentially, right? You didn't have to carry that child for 10 months. You didn't have to give birth to that child. And so I think the least you could do is half of the diapers and heating up meals for your partner. And so, no, you're not a machine. You're still doing less than your partner who just had abdominal surgery. And so instead of screaming that from the rooftops, maybe focus on your child, focus on your partner, and stop clapping yourself on the back.
Please go ahead in the comment section, share your own thought about what you think about what he said, people's response to what he said. Let me know your own take down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So please go ahead, feel free, and share your thoughts, okay? For me, I feel like when it comes to, like, I'm watching that clip, just with the fact that this man took his time to have an Excel spreadsheet to keep record of everything he does for his wife and his newborn and his household. For that, it doesn't make sense. And this just shows that, like the other creator said, it is something that he's keeping record for just to weaponize it. And it's so crazy that he's listing all the things he did. He didn't list the things the wife is doing. And the crazy is that these are the bare minimum things you can do in like do in your household, do for your partner, do for your family, do for your children. But he's keeping stack because guess what, it's something that he's new to, something that he doesn't do on a regular basis. She's the one that warms the dinner, prepare the breakfast, gets the kids ready for school. So him doing it now, it's like he's a machine, he's a Superman, him doing it. But a woman that bet another life, that carried another life for 9 months, bet it through CS, where she was cut open and the child was brought out of her. And a lot of times, this is where when I talk, I feel like people downplay the life risks, the life and death situation that comes from carrying a baby full term and even betting the baby, whether through vagina betting or through CS betting. People, especially men and women that have not experienced it, usually downplay it. You guys don't understand. I tell people, when people talk about, oh, they want to have children, I'm like, you know what? If you want to have a child, it's about a life and death situation. Are you ready? So people downplay it. And when women give birth to kids, especially in my culture, in my society, people expect women to still function in 100% way they do even before they had children or before people still expect them. There was a video sometime here in Nigeria where a woman's brother-in-law was praising her and was saying that, oh, she's a good wife. She just put to bed a day ago, and yeah, she's here serving her husband. That is it. And that's what that man is expecting from this woman. Because why is he keeping score of taking care of his wife that just birthed his child with CS? Physically, she can't even move. Because she has a big cut under her stomach. And whether we like it or not, that's the place that supports you and gives you a grip of yourself. Have feeding the child, because he's talking about how he changed 17 diapers. That's not all the diaper in 5 days. If you have a newborn, if you've been with a newborn, you know they go through diapers like this. So who's doing the other ones? So even with her condition, she was still doing the other ones. So even with her condition, you expect her to still go warm the dinner so that you guys can eat. When you didn't do any major surgery, your hands and leg are okay, and you expect her to. Ladies, like, this is why I say, like, men give us the bare minimum and we clap for it. I've been a victim of that myself. I know when I talk about men and I talk about relationship, people are like, oh, that's neighbor, you're married and you're telling people. See, me being who I am today is a journey. Me having the marriage I have today is a journey. But I have been through it where my husband was given the bare minimum and expect to be praised. And this is something that is very rampant. I always talk about my country, my society, and my culture because that's what I know. And some of you guys don't know I'm Nigerian. I live in Nigeria, and I have been married for 11 years now, and I've been with my partner for 21 years. So we've been together for a long time. And the way it has been indoctrinated in my head as a young girl and even as a young woman was the whole work falls on you. And I've been that woman that was doing everything in the house, from the cooking, the cleaning. I'm not saying my husband has some of the things he does around the house that is on him. He does it. But there are just certain things that I was really saying, oh, thank you for helping me out with that. When it was just something that if you live with someone, it should be a normal thing that you know how to do as a human being. But no, because in my society and my culture, it's meant to be you. And we see women, we see relationship where the husband is taking care of the children. He's being praised like, oh, the husband, the husband is so amazing. He's the one that gets the children ready for school in the morning and all that. But the woman does it, and the woman is not being praised. The man is doing what the woman has been doing for years, and yet he wants to be. And the other men in the panel were like, wow, 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 wow. Because guess what? They felt like they are not supposed to be doing things like that. No, they are not supposed to. Anyway, ladies, but you don't have to kill yourself, because this is why you get to see a lot of women stressed out of their mind, like stressed out of their mind because they want to do it. So I was that woman, my early stage of my marriage. I was that woman. I wanted to do it all, work, come back, cook, clean, and yeah, I was that woman. But guess what? You will age on time. You will stress your life on time. If it cannot help you, get a help to help you, and it should pay for it. Did you hear what I said? If it cannot help you, so that both of you do it together, get a help, somebody to delegate it to, and then it should pay for it. Or else you will age. Guys, that's one of my secrets. When people ask me, oh, Destiny, how do you look so young? How do you look so vibrant, so youthful? That is why. Because we're both pulling our boot by the strap. We're both taking care of the house together, not on one person. Anyway, guys, which is a lot of unlearning and disconstruction you have to do as a woman, especially when you're already married, you already have a, it's a lot. You have to do it. It's going to cause some fight, some tussle, some argument, but have that conversation. If you continue to do it, you will age. And these men, don't say what you're doing as you're a machine or you're a superwoman. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. But when they do it, they're a machine. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thought, okay? Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.